back, viewers, to the MB30 Dynasty's YouTube channel. I'm Chris, this is Lobo. You can find us on Twitter at Chris_Carson82 and Lobo_Medina1026. Today, what are we going to be talking about, Mark?
Today we have a special guest. He actually was the first member in the Dynasty. This is Scott Gemelody. Don't you have an Instagram?
I do. You cannot find me on Twitter, but you can find me on Instagram at SilentStar, SYLENTSTAR. Hit me up.
With the Y. Today we're going to be talking about, what are we talking about? Overcoming fear. So, let's jump right into it. So what's your thoughts on overcoming fear?
We'll start with the guest. Yes.
Yeah, we'll start with the guest.
Give the hard question to the guy that's not on the show all the time. That's cool.
Yeah, well, I'm not giving it to him with the tie on.
Yeah.
It's October Breast Cancer Awareness, so I did my part.
Okay.
Alright, fair enough. So, overcoming fear. What does overcoming fear mean? To me, in my experiences in this business, in this industry, fear is probably the number one thing that deters people from success. I would say that that fear in network marketing is exemplified by just not willing to go out and make new contacts. Everybody's scared of a lot of different ways, a lot of different things, but pretty much the fear of talking to people, the fear of rejection, the fear of failure, all of that is things that everybody has to undergo, really in every aspect of life, but with this specifically kind of brings it to the surface quicker. So how do we overcome that? Well, I mean, the simple answer perhaps isn't the easiest of executing, but the simplest in concept. If you want success, you have to overcome the fear. So it's a matter of how bad do you want what you're going for. And if you want it bad enough, then you push that fear aside and you keep going through it. And particularly with network marketing, you learn over time that rejection and failure is just a way to not do something. You can figure out the way to not do it a million times. All it takes is once to figure out how to get it right, and then you're golden.
Right. And if you feel uncomfortable, that means you're doing it right.
Exactly.
So you got to get out of your comfort zone, which is how you're going to tell that you're overcoming your fears when you're being very uncomfortable. Mark, what are your thoughts?
I think overcoming fear, like he said, you have to see what inspires you. When I was overcoming my fears in this industry, when I first got into it, I would always constantly write down my goals and remind myself of my why I was in this business, why I was doing it, why I wanted to succeed so bad that the fears just kind of went away, only because they were outshadowed by the why, my drive to reach my goals. So I think a lot of people, if you are in the situation where you're constantly afraid to go out there, make new contacts, talk to new people, approach friends and family, tell them that you're in multi-level marketing, you have to step back and remind yourself of, why am I doing this? Because if you have a strong enough why, you'll find really quickly that the fears, they don't stack up nearly as much as, if you have a burning desire to do what you need to do to achieve your goals, the fears will dissipate very, very quickly. So that's how I overcome, my fears within this business. What about you?
Well, there's plenty of acronyms for fear, and a lot of people have their own acronym. The one that sticks out in my mind the most is false emotions appearing real. The reason why is because, like you just said, you got to remember your why. What people do is they get their emotions worked up to where they make sure that they just shut themselves down instead of moving forward, and it's an emotion. Fear is not real. It's something you build up and carry inside yourself to give yourself an excuse not to do something. So if you get to the point where you hit a roadblock and something's stopping you from doing it, like Mark said, remember your why. It's always going to be stronger than that emotion, that fear that you're doing it. Don't let emotions control your better judgment and your decision making. So just make sure yourself is uncomfortable. Make sure you're uncomfortable, because if you're not uncomfortable in this business, you're not doing something right. Until you get to the point where you're successful and you're just flowing, then it probably doesn't feel uncomfortable to you. But at the beginning, for all of us, it was very uncomfortable. You had to step outside your comfort zone. So fear, in my opinion, is a big emotion that people use to stop themselves from being successful. So that's my thoughts on fear. Any closing thoughts?
In particular with this industry, a lot of people, I mean, network marketing has like a negative kind of stigma around it because so many people try it and fail and drop out, And a lot of people do it quickly. I mean, if you look at earnings reports from all of the various companies that are in network marketing, there's a lot of clearly people signing up and dropping off, and that's it. And what's happening is these people aren't getting taught how to overcome their fear. It's a lot of people focus on just recruiting and then letting other people do their own thing, but
That's a very good point.
you got to go deeper than that, because otherwise you drop out. All of these guys have been with me since I started in this industry over a year ago, and we've had good times, we've had bad times, we've had struggles, but we pushed through it. And the sense of like brotherhood that we have, that's what gets you through it and pushes you through it. And you got to be held accountable by somebody and have others accountable to you. So, if somebody's not doing work, you got to reach out to them and say, hey, what's not working? And if they're like, oh, well, I'm out of people to talk to, or, that's just an excuse. There's always more people out there to talk to. And it's just a matter of, pushing yourself through those barriers that you're setting up and pushing through it to get to the goal that you have. That's really the only way to do it.
And this video kind of ties into our previous video on overcoming negativity. So if you haven't watched that one first, and then watch
Absolutely.
this one. They kind of tie together, and will definitely help you in your business.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope, I think
No,
that's it.
so-
Thank you guys for watching. Definitely subscribe. Hit us up on Twitter, Facebook. Comment below. We love comments, especially any comments.
Who's going to be the first to comment? Come on. We've had one comment on the overcoming negativity video, but we need more. Come on, guys. You can do
So
it.
give us some input. If we're doing something right, tell us. If we're doing something wrong, definitely tell us.
Additionally, tell us things that you want to hear about, that you want us to talk about regarding network marketing or business or just personal development, because we're happy to talk about any or all of it.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
Remember,
Peace.
create winners.
Not whiners.
Take care.